All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Whatever You Want to Talk About. Today's topic is Batman Gotham by Gaslight. I am joined by...
You got Zim here.
Bard.
Faye.
Our special guest, our first special guest.
And who said we would never have one?
Probably this asshole sitting right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made fun of me for it too.
Yeah, I did. So, we're going to be Gotham by Gaslight's animated film from DC came out a couple weeks ago. It's based on the comic book from years ago. What do you want to say about it before we get into spoilers?
Fun fact, it's actually DC's first Elseworld comic back in, 80 something. But, yeah.
89.
There you go. This is why she's our favorite.
It hurts every time. All right.
What I want to say about it?
Is anyone you want to say that about it before we get to spoilers, before we start talking about it? Like, just, your initial thoughts when Zim said, let's watch this. Yeah, let's get that. What were your initial thoughts saying, hey, Bard, Mal, let's watch,
I didn't want to watch it.
Why's that?
Because I like Superman better.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Batman is just...
Do you know anything about, like, DC animated films? Like, they're the superior to Marvel animated films and DC, live action
Isn't
films.
DC like a skateboarding line?
I wouldn't know, dude. I'm sorry.
Other than that, I don't know.
Okay. So I like Superman.
I mean, I think, have we even seen a Marvel animated film in the last 5 years?
I'm pretty sure they exist. They're just
excluding the Christmas specials that were on Netflix, that was trash.
Well, I didn't watch it. I'm saying I'm pretty sure I don't look forward to them. I don't look for them. I just know that if DC comes out with one, I'm more likely to watch it than Marvel one.
I think the last animated, DC, right?
Yeah.
It was the Lego Batman movie.
That's not the last.
That's not DC animated.
Oh.
Yeah. DC animated is its own thing. It's like 2D flat cartoons.
Okay, then now. This is probably the first one I've ever seen.
Okay.
I watch them occasionally. I think the last one I watched was the Teen Titans one, where they did that entire magical girl sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
the
cool.
one with boring
Raven voice, yeah.
The Judas Contract?
No, that was the first one before that one. What was that one called? It was Teen Titans something. It was
Teen Titans versus Justice League?
Yes, it was that one. They had the magical girl thing with Starfire and Blue Beetle and Beast Boy, and it was like, it came out of nowhere. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like I was kind of like iffy on the film just because Raven was so boring.
Oh yeah, no, she was. Like, they could have just used
anyone
Tara
else,
Strong, honestly, but she works for them still. Like,
yeah, the person they picked was not an actual voice actress. That's the thing I've been finding out lately.
mm-hmm.
Not lately, of the past. It's just knowing that if you get an actor to do voice acting, they usually suck at it. So, my thoughts were, I don't know, it's a DC animated film. Let's go for it. I usually like them. So, yeah. So let's get into it. So this story revolves around Batman in the 17th century, 18th century.
Yeah,
18th century,
1800s, 19th century.
Okay, it's 19th century.
The 19th century,
yeah,
Bruce.
okay. So he's in the 19th century, and he's being Batman while Jack the Ripper is being Jack the Ripper.
And why is Jack the Ripper in America?
Because Batman, bro.
All right.
Yeah. So why is Gotham like a Victorian era city?
Let's rip right into it and find out.
Sweet marmalade pie. You just every time I can't. Okay, go for it. Let's go. Go for it. Let's start into it.
It was actually a lot more brutal than I was thinking it was going to be. Which, no, don't get me wrong. I love the violence in it, but we actually got like bloody punches. Normally we just, see Batman toss someone, throw a punch here and there, but we got like bones breaking and crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he did break the first guy's bone, right? His leg.
Yeah, you kicked it in.
Yeah, and I think he broke his arm too.
They may have. What?
Poison Ivy was all bloody on the floor too.
Yeah. It's a lot of blood.
I really don't get why they killed her like so quickly. Why even use her? Just some nameless
familiarity. I think it is like, oh, I know this character. They might survive. No,
I think it's a lot better with them killing Ivy. I think it made it so that normally in these kind of movies you have that sense of, well, this is a well-known character. There's no way they're going to die. But when you have an established character like Poison Ivy die, it means that when any of the other characters are in danger, you can't say like, oh, there's no way this person's going to die. Like, there's a chance. For example, if Selena Kyle going up against Jack the Ripper, now there's a sense that she could die because they're willing to kill someone else who's a big name. What's protecting her from not dying?
I agree with him on that because I was like looking at Hugo Strange like, oh, he's not going to kill Hugo Strange. Oh, shit, they killed Hugo Strange. Yeah, like anyone's up for grabs when it comes to that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So wait, what did you rate it then?
Are we going to ratings already?
Isn't that what we usually do?
I don't know.
At the beginning, and then after we talk about it, we do that.
Talk about our ratings and why we gave it ratings. All right, go for it.
I would give it 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Like, maybe I'm biased because I really love Batman. He's in my top 3 heroes.
He is wearing like a Batman onesie right now.
I am wearing a Batman onesie. I have multiple Batman onesies.
Nice.
All right. Faye?
Honestly, I'd give it a 3.5 just because it was a little bit better than average. I mean, it wasn't completely terrible, but the animation threw me off. Like, it felt really stiff and like a lot of the characters, like whenever they were doing a motion, suddenly they jumped to a different motion and it like no pupils. It just threw me off a little bit.
We'll dig into that a little more because I have notes on that. Bart?
I give it a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah. That's because there was a penguin wasn't in there.
Okay.
You know, I like penguins.
Okay.
Also, I kept waiting for like the iconic, like the butt shot when they put on their armor.
That's not iconic. That's just from Schumacher.
Dude, that was a good part. That was like my favorite part of that movie.
You love the bat nipples.
Yeah, where are the nipples at?
He's got a different kind of uniform on. It's cloth. It's not like a fake leather chest.
Hey man, that's you. I'll give it a
Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't in there.
Yeah.
George Clooney wasn't there.
Hey man, it's your grading scale.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it an out of 5. You know, because I wasn't. I'm just like It's not like a meh. It's like it's like I enjoyed certain parts, but then watching this film made me slightly autistic, and we're gonna get into that because I saw so many things wrong that I had to rewatch certain parts over and over again just to pick out certain things, and we'll dig into that at the moment, not at the moment, but a little bit later. But yeah, so that's how we feel about it. All right, so let's talk about the positives first before we start ripping this thing to shit.
Sexy time with Catwoman.
Sexy time with Catwoman.
Yep. That was Catwoman.
That doesn't surprise me from our previous conversations about animation. You're opening up to me, and I love you for that, man.
I love you too.
Yeah, you can close it back down.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, she does say practice makes perfect.
A positive was...
Honestly... Oh, no, go ahead.
Positive? There was no Damian. You don't understand how much I hate Damian as a Robin.
Okay. All right, cool.
Don't you think one of those little kids is going to be Robin?
They're all Robin.
They're all Robin, actually.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
it's Jason Todd, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and
Dick Grayson. All of them.
A little bit about that. Did you guys notice the weapons they were holding? Dick Grayson, the tallest one, was holding like a pipe because he has like that little baton weapon.
The bow stick.
The bow sticks. Tim, little tiny one, Tim, he was holding the staff because he fights with the staff. And then fucking Jason had a knife because he fucking murders people.
Nice. I did not catch that.
I was at all. Dude, like I'm telling you, the film fucking my brain when I was watching that. But I liked it. That was a little cute little thing. That was mine. Any positives?
Catwoman was portrayed beautifully in this. I actually enjoyed it. She was the best thing, with Alfred being the second best thing. Like, he was just so sassy. I love sassy Alfred.
That's Alfred's best.
Yes, but like Catwoman actually, like she stole the entire film for me.
Did you guys notice that Catwoman had the most attention put onto her? No one in this film had pupils except for Poison Ivy for like 5 seconds when she was being killed. But Catwoman had pupils throughout, and she had the most animation. She moved, she flowed, she danced, she fought. She moved. She had more attention put onto her than Batman. So whoever made this loved Selena Kyle. This is what I'm getting from that.
I'd also feel like since we're dealing with Jack the Ripper here,
yes, we
have to take it from like his kind of perspective, where it's like, all right, my attention is killing women in the town, so in that sense, you would have to focus on who is probably the high target in the film, which she would be his not
his
end
magnum
goal,
opus.
but exactly.
It's like my grand finale, even though whatever. But it was just weird to see like so much attention put onto her, and it was like I like when she's on screen because I know I'm going to get some good animation.
Well, I mean, I really liked her at the beginning, but I don't know if y'all want to jump to the end, but that really pissed me off when she gave up who Batman was.
Yeah,
that ruined.
That's your negative,
me.
right?
That's
we're doing positive right now. We're trying to keep it positive.
Oh, positive. Okay.
Man. Yeah, positive, man. Think nice things.
That a Ferris wheel?
What? Is a Ferris wheel a positive thought for you?
Yeah, dude, that thing goes 15 miles per hour, bro.
Yeah, your insides won't explode according to Hugo Strange.
I thought that was great
That
when
was
he
nice.
said the body can take up
we
to
got
30
more
miles per
deaths
hour.
than Suicide Squad.
Oh, snap! That was a little sassy right there. Any other positives?
The stick figure drawing.
I already gave 2, Catwoman and Alfred.
Well, I have a couple of things. They did some classic Batman things like, don't keep your eyes on Batman. If you don't, you look away, he's going to be gone. They did it twice.
Yes.
I like that. I also talked about, Selena Kyle had, different animations. She's also the only female to have different hair. She had different hairstyles too.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What else was there that I liked? I also like the fact that when the letter is given to Batman, it's the Dear Boss letter. It's the actual letter. It was not the actual letter, but it's the actual wording from the letter from that Jack the Ripper wrote out to the cops. They just put Gotham in it, but what he was saying was part of the actual letter.
Okay.
Like that was interesting because I was listening to it. I was like, this sounds familiar, and I looked it up. I was like, oh, it is letter. Just added Gotham in it, and I also like the character designs a little bit. They're similar to Bruce Timm's original work, like from the Batman series, but not quite.
I don't know. I feel it was like a combination of Bruce Timm's work and the last season of the Batman, the 2004 one.
Yeah.
Which I think that's when they did a lot better with their animation.
Yeah, I kind of like some of the character designs, but that's my positive. Anyone else got a little bit more positives before we apparently going to spend the rest of this time talking shit about it?
Oh yeah, the cure for insomnia. That was pretty awesome.
What was that?
Some heroin.
Oh,
like something else.
Oh, yeah.
Alcohol,
Yeah, alcohol, heroin. It's like, oh, she's got insomnia, so I just shoot her up. She's good.
I remember that. That was pretty good. Anything else?
I will say I also like the way I did actually like Jack the Ripper. I think
Okay.
he was actually my favorite character.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know. That was the commissioner though, right?
In the end result, it turned out that Jack the Ripper was Commissioner Gordon.
No spoiler alert, guys. Come on.
Well, I don't know.
We spoil everything.
No, we passed this spoiler portion.
It's just it was. That's a flaw. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get back into Commissioner Gordon being Jack the Ripper on our negatives. That's my negative. I don't know about how you guys feel about him.
No, that was my positive.
Is your positive?
I
That was
liked
my
it.
negative.
Is your negative? Okay. Anything else before we start getting into the negatives?
Now let's jump right in.
All right, let's jump in there. All right, what we got?
Well, I mean, aside from Gordon being a negative, I did kind of like the asylum scene. I thought, like, man, these people are really tortured. They're in a pit, and but at the same time, I kind of hated it because I was like, man, I don't like how they did psychiatry back then, and and it was like that really hit me in the face. So I was just staring at that, like, oh, these poor people, and then they rip apart Hugo Strange, and I'm just like, he deserved it.
They
Fucking
did.
bitch.
I like that they did rip them apart. I didn't like the animation. It was just lazy. It was just like they're moving frames back and forth that their hands are moving. I was like, no, I want to see like them gnawing, ripping pieces off. That would have been like, it would fit with the theme that we're going with violence and gore.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up with the nurses? Because, they're just chilling. They're like, oh, well, there goes our boss being ripped apart. And then
Delayed reaction.
And then it's like, oh, wait, there's the Batman. Even though we just saw the Ripper guy, go that way. Gotham PD, the Batman just killed Hugo Strange. It's like, no, you just saw the Ripper tossing in.
Yeah. One thing that I didn't like about that scene is, did y'all notice that they were all quiet until that one guy started yelling, and then they all started yelling? That
this
pissed
guy's
me
yelling.
off.
I'm gonna yell too.
Yeah, I didn't get it. And then the one guy, like, okay, he had the mask on or the sack over his head. The other guy had a cage on his head. Like, what the hell was that about?
He was a biter.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why they were doing that.
I bet you Bane is the one that's a sack on his head.
I guess. Yeah. What else?
I think they put sacks on heads for the people that had insomnia, and psychosis. I think that's what they would do. I don't remember. Maybe he just particularly hated that one.
Like, fuck that guy. He likes to spit. That's what his problem is.
Another scene that I kind of had a problem with.
Yeah.
When Bruce or Batman is trailing Miss Kyle to watch her to see if the Ripper goes after her.
Yes.
After Jack appears and he sees Jack going after her, he starts attacking. He waits until Selina's being choked out to say, you know what, maybe I should jump in. I've been watching this whole time, even before they engage each other. But I'm just gonna let this play out. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, that was kind of weird watching that play out.
At the same time, though, he didn't know for sure that was Jack the Ripper. It could just be like some overly covered up guy. He hadn't seen Jack the Ripper up to that point, so it was more like, oh, he could just be kind of following her, or maybe he's going the same way.
Could be like, a weird
Fair
customer.
enough.
Like he just likes to get a little rough and dirty.
And so,
or it's a terrible plot line.
I would take that if once he started attacking, that's when he jumped in. But no, he waits they're going, whip out, slashing at each other. Jack, tries a couple stabs. Then, after Jack has Kyle pinned to the ground, that's when Bruce is like, yeah, now I'm gonna jump down.
I think the thing was like, because the time period is like, oh my god, a woman defending herself with a weapon? That's unheard of. She should just take that beating.
No. It could also be that he was trying to see his fighting style, saw that Selina could kind of hold her own, and just was like, okay, how do I take down this guy? What kind of fighting style does he have? What kind of moves do I start off with? I don't know.
It didn't do him any good because Jack the Ripper still kicked his ass.
Yeah. Batman was not very good at fighting in this one.
No, it wasn't.
He got his ass kicked a couple times.
And in that fight in the prison,
yeah,
he fucking cheated. He threw that tray at the guy. He couldn't even fight him one-on-one.
No. Batman wasn't, I don't know, his kung fu skills weren't kicking in because his kung fu didn't.
He wasn't trained by a Jedi.
Yes, he was not trained by a Jedi.
You wanted him to start it. He threw it so that way he would get aggravated.
Yeah.
All right,
also, real quick, I just want to point this out, that Batman was not voiced by Kevin Conroy, the best Batman voice ever. It was voiced by Bruce Greenwood, who also did Batman Under the Hood. And he did a fine job. It was just that when I watch Batman or when I play Batman video games, I want to hear Kevin Conroy. I grew up with Kevin Conroy, and he's the best Batman voice ever.
No dispute.
Yeah.
It sounded like Bruce Greenwood was trying to be Adam West to me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He was trying to mimic his speech pattern, kind of his voice, because I've heard him in another Under the Red Hood, and he didn't sound like that at all. No. So he sounded completely different, and it sounded like he was trying to be Adam West to me. I don't know.
It's also Young Justice. I remember seeing the page right. I've never seen any of it. So it's alright. I'm completely lost on that. It's alright. So you're just not cool as us because we like to, I guess, stay in the know when it comes to Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the know. Let's see. I'm going to talk about the animation and the character and things about that. I don't like how everyone has dead eyes. No one has, like I said before, no one has pupils except for Selina Kyle, and everyone just stares blankly. It got to a point that everyone kept staring that I lost my mind, and I was like, I didn't count how many times they blink. So I rewound the movie, and I started counting blinks. And the person who blinked the most was Selina Kyle. She blinked about, she blinked about 15 times, give or take. I might be missing a few, but she blinked about 15 times.
Wait, in the entire movie?
Yes, throughout the entire movie, 15 times. That's how bad the blinking was in this movie. Batman blinked about 8 times, and then we have characters only blink about once. And I just noted them, but there's 3 or 4 characters that blink once. I'm not counting shutting your eyes. I'm counting actual blinking. Yeah. Everyone just stared, and they had soulless, they just had color, a little ball of color, and that was their eye, no pupils, and it was freaking me out. I'm like, blink, 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 and no one's blinking.
I noticed that too, that they were but I thought they didn't blink at all. I wasn't actually paying enough attention to count blinks.
Got super kind of autistic about that and started counting blinks. I know.
I didn't notice it at all.
Oh, congratulations. Then
I was fine with that.
Sitting there just going motherfucker, you gonna blink because I got a tally right here if you don't. Do it. Then I was gonna get to a point when I started counting the time between people not blinking, but I was like, I gotta take that back. Would it come back? Just count the blinks. And like it was also the animation felt lazy at times because when people were talking to each other, a lot of times they weren't moving and just their mouths were moving. So they'd be staring and then moving their mouth. And that's the only thing that's moving. Nothing else is moving. Their eyebrows are barely moving. Selena Kyle's eyebrows move because fuck the guy who with her animator loved her, but everyone else is like, my mouth is moving, my eyes are staring, and I see. It was breaking my brain a little bit. You got anyone else notice that, or just me just losing my shit? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that little crazy pill.
Okay, but how do you know that they didn't blink at the same time you blinked? That's why you did.
Because I didn't fucking blink. I didn't blink for how long this movie was.
You're bitching about them not blinking and you're not blinking?
Yeah. No one's watching me while I'm watching them. So it's whatever.
Can you just blink once? Because I haven't seen you blink.
I don't fucking blink.
Oh, you did.
I gave you one blink. I gave you one blink. I gave you one blink. But you might not get another. I'm right. Batman Gotham by Gaslight this bitch. No blinking. The animation felt lazy at times. That was kind of annoying. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Any opinions on that?
You know what? That's one thing is I know you said that you actually liked the fighting, Tim, but at the beginning, I felt like the fighting was really
I didn't like
slow or just,
one fight scene, two fight scenes. I like everything else just felt lazy.
Like I really liked the end of it, and I liked the fighting at the end.
Yeah.
But that first fight scene, I didn't feel it.
I don't know. I think compared to some of the fight scenes we've had in previous DC movies, this is or animated movies, this is definitely better. Not at the top, but definitely better than any of the.
I disagree with that. I've seen some good ones where like I'm enjoying the fight, but that's your opinion. I'll let you go on that.
I thought the fighting was awkward.
Yes.
I did enjoy that they used fisticuffs a lot, like the old boxing style. I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that they used really like
Here on my notes.
I did like that, but other than that, the animation itself for the fighting scenes, it felt really choppy on a lot of them, especially the rooftop chasing and then like the blimp ride one. It just felt like, wait, where were they on the blimp? And then suddenly they're somewhere else. And
yeah.
It was like really hard to like remember exactly where each character was because it felt like the animators didn't really care.
They were on the roof at one point, and they were back on the blimp, and it was kind of like, wait, how did they get back there?
I felt like the animation reminded me of X-Men, the original series. How like it's like slow moving action, but you're still glued to the screen. Like this is still fun, but fuck, this looks boring. Years later, coming back onto it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I thought the blimp should have blown up a lot faster.
Okay.
Right? Isn't it like helium or something? That's what it would have had in it.
I think they learned. Wasn't it that giant accident that happened?
Hindenburg?
Yeah, it happened because of helium.
Yeah, so when I saw it catch fire, I was like, oh, that should be going down a lot faster.
They changed it because of that. Well, we're going to copy the fucking anime movie. It's not real life, so I don't know. Maybe that might be it. They say, oh, it's not helium this time.
I guess so.
Yeah. Something that kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
The tranquilizer that Gordon tries to give Miss Kyle. If you can hold her and inject her, you can slice her throat. There's no reason to, try to tranquilize her.
Yeah.
Didn't she kick away the knife at that point or something? Because they were fighting over the knife. She like whipped it out of his hand and kicked it or something.
That's
right?
later. That's after she's been trained.
Oh my goodness. Okay, then I don't remember exactly.
Well, because the drink happens, trying to think. That happens like while they're at the carnival and she's unaware that he is the Ripper. And instead of pulling out, the knife when she has his, or when her back is to him, he's like, you know what? No, got this drink. I'm not using it for anything. Grabs onto her. He's holding her. Like I counted 5 seconds. That was more than enough time to just end it there. But plot. And
okay, but
I hate plot excuses.
Is that on all the other women, he took out their organs and stabbed them. What if he didn't want to slit her throat and he wanted to be able to take out her organs, but she was fighting back way too much, way more than those other women would?
Like I said, I think this was a magnum opus. Okay. So what happens is that before we even get to this, there's this convoluted mystery that's not even a mystery because there's no way you can tell who the real person is. Where they're trying to blame Batman for all the murders. Bruce Wayne for all the murders that are occurring, right? So the final piece of evidence comes out, and it basically puts Bruce Wayne in prison. And then once Bruce Wayne is in prison, he's like, "I'm gonna go kill this bitch." And it's like, well, if you kill her, they even say it. He gets released. But then in my mind, I'm like, you are a crazy fucker. How could you think that you would just end with one more person? Why would you even try to put this on someone else's shoulders when you're crazy? You're going to keep going no matter what.
I was happy he killed that old lady, though. I hated that old lady.
I liked her. Sad when she died.
I was happy.
Tara Strong's old lady voice.
Yeah, I was like, is that Harley
The old
Quinn?
lady,
Yeah.
no, I didn't like her.
Yeah, he put the needle in her before he even brought the knife out for some reason. I just looked into it right here.
She took that heroin like a champ.
Yeah, it's weird. They had a perfect chance to, like, he had a perfect chance to slit throat, like you said, but then he was like, I'm gonna put a needle in you. He just want to savor it.
But she went to the carnival. Like,
yes,
he wasn't going after her at that time.
No, he was just hanging out there for some reason.
Yeah, because Harvey was like, yeah, he's at the carnival, and so then she went over there to talk to Gordon. Like, he didn't hunt her down.
Okay.
I think he was gonna, like, put it off for a little bit. And he was like, well, here's my chance.
B-Bar, you want to tell why she was going to the carnival to see Gordon? One of your negatives you want to talk about?
To fucking give up Batman. What a bitch, dude.
Mm.
I fucking hate her.
Dude,
I'm pissed she didn't die. I wish fucking Jack the Ripper would have ripped her fucking head off.
It's like, you
The
don't.
animator loved her too much. She wasn't gonna die.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well.
Or she. We don't know. We don't know who did it. But
we can look it up.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it.
Who cares? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he or she just likes Catwoman. She's a piece of shit. Fucking gave up Batman. I don't even like Batman that much, but that pissed me off because I was like, man, that's his secret. You don't go be telling people that stuff.
Okay, let's go into her reasonings behind it because she didn't just do it because like she found out she's Batman. It was like,
no,
she cares.
She cares more
like,
about women and women being alive than
Yeah.
about Batman's secret. What's more important? Batman's secret. And hold on, Batman didn't even have a fucking Batcave. He was in an attic. This is bullshit.
Yeah, he didn't have a Batcave. Don't have anything against that.
He was actually in a townhome. He wasn't in his mansion.
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah, because he said its house is too far away. It takes too much time, so he's a closer home.
This is when Gotham was a lot smaller.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
But
she thought that the lives of a bunch of women were more important than his
Yes.
secret, which honestly, I probably would have thought the same thing, because I would have been like, he's killing all these people, and you're like, being self-centered.
he's in prison, even though if he would have said I'm Batman, then he would get out of prison. Maybe.
Because he has an excuse
No, he
for
wouldn't,
the first
because-
murder.
You would have an excuse for the
Yeah.
murders.
Murders,
Then you
yeah.
have either going to Arkham because now they're going to think he's crazy for being a vigilante, or two, they already were trying to track him down. Or
I'm not saying her
lazily.
idea it wasn't a bad idea. I'm just saying that she did weigh it against the lives of a lot of innocent people that didn't deserve to die in that way. So
But they were just the poor prostitutes of the city. Like, who cares?
you sound like, what's his face?
Who?
Ah,
Cunty McCunk face.
Was it Harvey?
no.
What
No.
was up with Harvey being
He was a
fucking
dick,
cunt?
dude. Yeah, fucking asshole.
Like it was like, are you mad because you couldn't get a taste of that Kit Kat? Like what is wrong with you? Like stop being a little bitch.
okay, but let's be honest.
Fucking
When hasn't
terrible.
Harvey in the animated series been terrible?
Okay. Well,
But he does have that Jekyll and Hyde kind
yeah,
of
it's
personality.
forgivable, but he is being a little bitch before he got. We're talking about Harvey Dent. We're not talking about Two-Face. When he's Two-Faced, yeah, he's fine for him being weird, but he's Harvey Dent, and he's like, I didn't get to smash that. Man, I'm gonna
But
put
that
you in prison.
behavior was excusable back then as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
men are always going to be deplorable.
Right. So
Terrible red herring he was. Because I'm looking at it as like, no, he didn't murder these women. He's just mad because he couldn't smash. That's all it was. So
If
What
he was
about-
trying to kill her, that would have made sense.
Yeah,
but
not
he
you.
killed a bunch of other people before that. So
what about because we have Bruce escape from prison and all that. He doesn't go back to his cell, and I'm like confused. Like, all right, what about the trial? Because they did already say that you're going to have a trial.
mm-hmm.
Are we just going to ignore that? It's like, yeah. I'll
Oh
just write-
shit, you're right. Yeah, Bruce
no,
Wayne.
the movie ended.
Yes, the movie ended, and it's like, okay, so Jack the Ripper, aka Gordon, is handcuffed to like a railing, and then he this fire door,
back.
and he just walks back and gets himself crispified, and you're just going like, do they have the technology to identify his body?
Because
Nope.
I mean, even if they could, there's nothing now to tie Gordon.
There's kind of his little secret room. If his wife didn't destroy his secret room, you can kind of go in the secret room where he has all that weird shit in there.
His wife wouldn't have destroyed the secret room. She was afraid of him.
Okay, so
She loved him.
if you lead to the secret room, you can
He
say,
acidified her face.
oh, side of her face. He acidified the side of her
No,
face.
he just burned out the wickedness.
All right. Anyways, the
The
point
wickedness
is,
was still
like,
there.
he doesn't,
Apparently,
you know,
her being a woman was her wickedness.
Yeah, because none of the women are
Yeah,
excused.
that was really dumb.
Even like the nun who like gives
Yeah.
they give themselves
well,
to
I
Jesus
mean, there was
Christ.
nothing she could do about it.
Motherfucker!
I think
How is it that I get lulled to the sense of weakness? Like, no, I'm fine, I'm cool, and he just like, how do you like my puns? I don't like them.
Back to the question of whoa, that was really loud. Sorry. Back to the question about like who the guy that I was talking about was Bullock. I just always forget his name because he's such a forgettable character. For
Harvey
me.
Bullock.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
being an asshole the whole fucking
That was
movie.
Bullock?
Yeah,
Oh,
his like
yeah.
number 2.
Well, Bullock is always an asshole.
He's like, well, they're just the sluts of the city. It's fine. Like, they're the poor people. If they were rich, then we'd care. And he, like, flat out, like, was saying all that
Speaking
stuff.
of sluts, okay, real
really?
quick. Was it kind of weird how, like, easy Poison Ivy was going to, like, fuck Jack in the beginning?
yeah, she was
like,
all about it.
super, like, let's do it right here, right now. I was like, she bumps into him. She's walking.
Whatever it takes to live.
Yeah, she bumps into him, and she's like, oh, what's this guy? Oh, how you doing? Oh, you look rich. Wanna fuck? And I'm just like, is that how it works? And then she just starts undressing. He just standing there, and then she's like, brings out the knife, and she starts going, oh no. Also, onto that part. Did you guys notice her scream? I've never heard a scream like that, and I loved it. It was a genuine scream. It wasn't like the repeat screams you hear throughout movie history. It wasn't like the Wilhelm. It wasn't like the normal female scream. It was like she was guttering. She was like, oh.
I don't know. Can you give me an example of the typical
The Wilhelm scream. You've ever seen Star Wars? It's like, wah!
Nah.
Nah, okay.
Can you do it one more time just so I can get that?
It's wah! Okay. I'll pull it up real quick. But it was interesting to hear her scream. I don't know what that says about my personality. I'm trying to just say that it's not a normal scream I hear because she built it.
You just want something that's actually unique in a film instead of like just using the sound bites of other films.
Yes.
Right, something that was a little confusing.
Yes.
So we find out that Gordon is Jack the Ripper. That doesn't explain his dream sequence earlier, where
I fucking hated that.
Oh,
thing.
where he kills
That's
his wife.
Like, I'm really good at figuring out like detective movies. Like, I've watched a lot of them. My mom has always watched them, so like I always figure out like who the killer is. That dream sequence really threw me off because I was like, oh, so I guess I can cross him off my list because it was like in third person and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was a POV.
It.
That was my mind. But there's not a mystery whatsoever in this film because they don't give you hints that it could be him. They give you a red herring, and they give you a red herring towards the end of the film. Throughout the entire film, you have no idea who it could be because they don't even give you examples. They don't give you like clues of who it could be. The only clues you find are the clues that Jack leaves behind, showing that he's going to frame Bruce Wayne. So I was like, this isn't a mystery. We're just here for the ride.
There's also, if you want to call it a clue, when Batman visits Gordon, he has Jack the Ripper's letter in his nightgown.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
that was kind of like thing. He's like, and then he just gives it to him. He's like, here, take evidence. And you just like, he made an excuse for it, but it was still kind of weird.
It wasn't the original letter though, was it? Because it would have been covered in blood. It came with a kidney.
I don't know.
Or whatever. It could have been a copy. I don't know.
But even then, that means like he's sleeping with Jack the Ripper's
memorabilia on him.
And
paraphernalia.
I guess we'll get some hot, man. All right, real quick. Here's the Wilhelm scream. you know you've heard that scream.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear. Her scream was unique. And let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Are they going to be able to hear this?
I can fix it and edit. Cool.
Everything is done in post.
Even post-mortem.
You're on a roll today.
You are.
Sam.
I can't.
Bring it. Bring some more. Talk about his blue shirt. Yeah, that sounds pretty gross.
I know. And it's like, that's like, I've never heard that scream before. Like that.
And that's the only time she has peoples too?
Only time. It's the only time she has people when she's being murdered. But yeah, she's screaming, and I feel for her. I feel like, oh man, she sounds like she's being hurt right now. And it's a unique scream. It's not like, I'm being hurt. Oh my God. No, she's like, oh God, you're fucking stabbing me. Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry to break out the Wilhelm scream, just like, but that's what.
Did either of y'all know what the little drawing was? Those stick figures.
Stick figures. What are we talking about? What was
The
Oh,
letter
it was-
that he gives the guard to take to Alfred.
Didn't you guys?
It was for the bat suit and like the crate that he gets, so that way he can suit up.
Yeah, but how does a little stick figure dancing around mean bringing
It's
me
a
my
secret
crate?
message, so no one else can figure it out.
Yeah, it's coded.
It's wingdings, basically.
Gotcha.
It's wingdings before you could. It's wingdings before you could type it out. So you just, if you write down wingdings, someone like, what the fuck does this mean? But when you type it out, and highlight over it and change the font, then you know what it means. But yeah, you figure out what the message meant, but you wouldn't be able to decipher the message initially or at all. You don't have the codex or whatever to go against it.
I like that the guard tried to read it.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he
like-
opened it and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna read this shit."
It was like, I want that $200, but I also want to know what he wrote down. And he's like, oh, he just wrote a bunch of stick figures. I'm still getting my $200.
Oh yeah, I'd get $200.
Shit, what was $200 back then?
Dude, a lot of money. Like at least,
Wait, okay,
at least 1,000.
What year was this?
It's in the 19th century.
It's like
1880.
late 80, 1886 or something. Like that.
1880 what? Let's say 80 what? 2? Sure. Let's say 1882.
Hey, while you're doing that, another thing I didn't like is whenever they were doing the fight scene with the blimp, for some reason when I saw it, I thought that it burned off his cape.
Oh, it shredded his
Right.
ears.
And okay, 1 second. In 1882, $200 equates to $4,546.84.
Just to deliver. a
Just to
letter.
deliver. That's why he's like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, fuck yeah, I do it.
Also, who was
I'd
the
do it for
warden?
$4,000.
Because like, how much time do they have after like he escapes? He causes the distraction. The distraction was, the whole fight scene. So I'm assuming the guards are putting all their prisoners back in the cells. You don't notice that. Oh, this cell's empty. Where's the prisoner for this place? And like, there's no alarm system going out. And there's no.
You'd think that somebody else got him. Like as you're like putting away people, you're just like, oh, somebody else got him.
There's too much things to worry about. You can't worry about one person when you have to deal with, a riot.
But no, I mean after that, after
Okay.
the riot, when they put everyone
Yeah,
back in their cells.
but the whole after thing, the movie just ends. Like what?
There was no after.
Yeah, because Bruce Wayne still escaped prison, and we didn't talk about that because the movie just ends. Like he's gonna have to be some repercussions for that. And also, how can you identify the bite? These are things that happen after the movie. The movie's like, fuck you, we're going somewhere else. You like
See?
it? You didn't like it? We're out.
There's no ending. Thanks, Zim.
No, there is an ending. There's just there's no conclusion to all plot points.
Yeah.
Just the important ones. Unlike your shit where there's no conclusion to anything because it just ends as if like the next episode's coming up. So
Thanks right back at you, Bard.
it was worth it. It's good. Faye, anything else you want to say about the story negatives before you dig into something else?
I hated Hugo so much.
Oh.
I thought he was useless. I
He
didn't
was?
understand why he was even in the movie. There was no point for him. Like, he was just there to be like, oh, this guy has a psychosis, and then you can't kill me. I'm not part of your psychosis. And then he like fucking breaks his psychosis. So I'm like, he was useless.
Why did he kill Hugo Strange?
Hugo figured out who he was.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
tell. He had asked to meet Batman.
Okay,
at
yes.
midnight.
Sorry.
I did like that part though, where like he comes in and like he thinks he's talking to Batman, and it's like, good.
What you say? You 3 minutes early, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a few minutes late.
Okay, but on that scene though, Batman didn't even try to save Hugo. He's just like, oh, well, he's been tossed in. There's nothing I can do to like save him from.
Those bitches crazy. I'm not fucking with them.
Dude, he saw them get like literally just magician box him. Like,
Yeah.
legs go this way, arms go this way. There's nothing there. There was no blood. There's like a little bit of a squeeze, but that was about
Yeah,
it.
he's like, no, he's dead. Homie dead. I don't even worry about his ass.
So is Doctor Strange? Is that the guy that becomes Scarecrow in
No,
the new movies?
No.
no. Hugo
No.
Strange is not in any of the
Hugo
live
Strange
actions.
is Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
Just
So is
that's his character.
And
Is
then
that the Doctor Strange
something
that
Crane-
I keep hearing about?
I don't know.
Doctor Strange is from
You just-
Marvel, bro. You're just talking shit. You're not.
trying to give me an aneurysm.
Yeah. That's how you're gonna piss him off. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna piss me off with that.
I don't think he's like in most stuff. Isn't he like not a doctor? He's like a professor
No, he,
instead.
for example,
'Cause
in
they- don't they
Gotham,
normally-
he's a doctor. In
When I don't know what you're talking about. Whenever you hear him say, "I'm Professor Hugo,"
No, he doesn't say Professor Hugo. Most people just address him as Professor Hugo.
that may have happened, but I can't. Tell you at the
I
moment.
don't think they normally address. I think he might be a doctor. Well, I mean, everybody in Batman's basically a doctor.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Crazy fuckery,
student loan debt going on, and they like turn to criminal.
That's how Gotham stays afloat.
So, I'm like, I don't know. I think they call him Professor Strange most of the time. I think in the video game they call him Professor Strange.
I couldn't tell you. It's been a while since I played the second one. Overall, I would say I was slightly disappointed with this film because I expected more from it. Just because I really like DC animated films and they usually entertain me, but the fact that this movie made me stop watching it so I can rewind because I was focusing on blinking, people blinking. I feel like that's a drawback. That's just me. That might also be my personal little craziness because no one else really apparently gave a fuck about that.
I didn't, but I will say that I did have to stop watching it. But I know I called y'all afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, I was at work.
I was so
and you're
mad.
screaming at me, and this guy next to me is like,
mad.
"Is something wrong?" It's like
because
whatever.
I really did, and when I got through like the first 30 minutes, I didn't like it. I was bored. Like I said, the first fight scenes, I didn't enjoy that. I thought it was too slow. So I stopped it. I started it up again the next day, but the second half of it was pretty badass.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
At least you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
So what about the cursing nun, Leslie?
I fucking love her.
Leslie, is it Tompkins or Hopkins? What is her name?
All I know is like Sister Leslie.
No, like in the
that.
comic books, her name's like Leslie something.
Tompkins.
Tompkins. Okay, she's like the one who bandages up the vigilantes.
Yeah, she does.
But yeah, cursing nun. That was fun. So why did he kill the nun?
Because she was helping or aiding the
Oh
poor.
yeah. She gave aid to the whores.
Yes.
So he doesn't like the whores.
Oh, one thing I don't know.
They're horrible.
Every time. It's
fucking glorious. That's good.
I like that they were willing to say slut and whore, but I felt like they said it so many times that like I was just like, do they have any more dialogue?
Yeah, that kind of threw me off because I know Jack the Ripper said it a lot.
Well, that's I expected from him.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
a fucking raging misogynist. He hates women.
Yeah, and then at the very end when you like discover that it's Jim Gordon, like, and he starts saying it a whole lot. Okay, fine. I mean, he's like revealing himself as like the bad guy, but Bullock says it a whole lot. Selena says it once or twice. I think the old lady that we all hate, like she says it a couple times too.
Crotchety old bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs her medicine. That's what she said. She was like, I need my medicine.
Okay. What else?
Leslie Sister Leslie was super cool with Bruce getting his dick wet. So that
that was
great. A blonde or a brunette, or she says something like that. My money's on the blonde.
Yeah.
Coolest nun ever. And then she takes her. She's like, what? She's about to get murdered. She's like, I'm not gonna fucking scream. I'm not gonna beg for it. Just fucking get over it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, she was pretty hardcore. I like her.
I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction.
I was like, God.
I actually, and then another thing I didn't like is I didn't like the fact that Jack the Ripper was Commissioner Gordon because I thought Commissioner Gordon is supposed to be Batman's pal.
Well, it's an Elseworlds tale, so they can do whatever they want. You know, there's one where Superman flies over. He doesn't hit Kansas. He hits Russia, so he becomes a Russian.
Oh, dude, that'd be badass. I like Russia.
I think they're gonna make a movie about that actually.
Of
but
Gods and Monsters?
With the entire Gordon thing, I actually agree with you. I did not like that.
Yes.
One, because the dream sequence totally like took him off my radar, which pissed me off in general, because I felt like they gave no clues until the very end when they're like, yeah, we totally gave you a clue. He said that he was going to rip the street of Gotham from like blah, blah, blah. But, Jacob Packer is actually the Ripper in the comic book series. Or in the comic book, the one shot. And so, he's actually friends with Thomas Wayne and like was put through law school by Thomas Wayne. But he was like, I don't know. So Bruce like grew up knowing him as Uncle Jack, and like he is Bruce's attorney when Bruce gets blamed for the murders, and he pretty much lets them take him away so that way he can be blamed for it instead of Jacob. So like it's a lot of weird shenanigans in that one. And so like I feel like they took out like he was still the defense attorney. He didn't have a speaking part. And they decided to not go with him and like make it Gordon instead and make Gordon completely psychotic. And I was just like, that's really weird.
Because you would never expect Gordon to be the Ripper.
Yeah, no. And then another thing I didn't like is because Gordon was a bad guy, then it ended up being Selena that put up the bat symbol. And
Yeah.
I always
I was
take
so
the
mad
bat
how
symbol.
messy that bat symbol
Yeah.
looked. I mean,
Was that-
granted-
But it was realistic.
Was it blood?
Blood.
It was
yeah,
blood.
yeah, it was her blood.
But I always associate the bat symbol with Commissioner Gordon, so I didn't like that part.
But I agree with Zim. That was like the shittiest bat symbol I've ever seen. It's like
I thought it was pretty badass because you could see where like the blood was dripping. So like she said, it was, like they said, it was
You can
more
tell, like,
realistic.
what is that thing where you see something and you automatically know what it is, even though it's not that? Like, you see a picture of, like, you see like a stencil of a bat and you think bat, right? You saw that and it was like a smudge lines or whatever, and you knew from your mind that she was trying to make a bat. Like, you know how you go to the bathroom and you see like a stick figure and you know that's a man. You're supposed to do that. There's a word for it, or term or whatever. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, we saw that shitty thing. We knew it's a bat, a bat signal. We're like, well, fuck you. You work harder. Oh, he's running after me. He's gonna murder me. I don't care. All right. Get that corner over there. Fix that shit. Fix the left wing. All right. Give me a little point on the right side right here. Give me that, please. Thank you. All right. Now run for your life.
And because we've seen decent bloody bat symbols though, like whether it be in the Arkham video games, I think with Harley, or that the extra DLC and crap, we've seen. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too nitpicky.
No,
I want
we
a
are
decent-
we have
I want a
spent
decent
maybe
bloody
20
bat.
minutes or more on negatives. We are past the nitpicking. We're just fucking eviscerating at this point.
Yeah, and
So
I
just
thought you
keep
liked
going.
Batman. Don't you like Batman?
Yeah, I like Batman too,
That's
but
why
I
I
can
want a
talk shit about
decent
this.
bloody bat symbol.
Talk shit about this too. Like, you look over there. Where is it? Right here in this corner. I got like all the Arkham games, well, except for one. The other one, last one's on my computer. But yeah,
Yeah,
The
separated
Origin?
too.
yeah, Origins over there, but we don't want to talk about that one.
That one's terrible. I fucking
Yeah,
hated that
it's
one.
over there.
It's better than the Telltale.
Oh,
Oh.
snap! You lucky the other guy's not here because apparently he likes that shit. I haven't played it. I bought it on sale, but I haven't played it. Speaking of
I've never
sales,
played
Wait, what do you
Batman.
mean you hadn't played it?
wait, my bad. I haven't finished it. I just played the first episode just to get a feel for it.
And
That's what it was. It's all right. It wasn't.
He
a
enjoyed watching me play it more because I was just being
Well,
like an
I-
asshole to everyone.
I enjoy watching you play the Telltale games because you do everything I wouldn't do, and you do it so wrong that the entire game just doesn't know what to do with you. Like when we were playing, what is it? The good one, the really good one, Wolf Among Us, and I was like, I did this route, and you just went the chaotic route. I was like, I didn't know you can do half those things you did.
I like ripped the guy's arm off. I like got rid of somebody's eyeball. It
Yeah.
was great.
I
I
did
love
some
that game.
did some bad things, did some good things. You just went, nope, total chaos route for this one.
Well, it's because I know that, like, because I also watched you play that one, and
Yeah.
you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to like keep the peace. I'm Big B. I'm awesome." And then I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna destroy everything in
You
my
have a
path."
tendency to do like chaotic things. Like, what game was I playing? Was that weird when you were playing not the Limbo one? What's the one after it?
The Weird Asylum one?
No, the one with the
Oh,
fuck it, what is? I went through it and I beat it within like an hour or two, whatever. You went through it and you hit every
I died every possible way.
every way you could die. You did it, and it was just amazing to watch that.
I was curious. I didn't know that the pig could kill me. I also didn't know, like,
Yeah, it's like I wonder what these spikes do. Oh, they kill me. Yeah,
Wait, what game is this?
I forgot what it's called. It's a real simple
Little Big Planet?
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a good game. But yeah, we went off topic a little bit. But yeah, coming back. So Batman, Gotham by Gaslight. We still feel the same way when we started. We still feel like the ratings still fit.
No, I'm gonna be serious. I give it a
4 to 5. You
Yeah.
you serious about it?
4. But that's just because I really like Jack the Ripper. Aside from him being, misogynistic or whatever, just killing sluts. But that's the one bad thing about
a
him.
nun, but she was a nun. He killed a nun.
He killed
That's
a
not
nun.
a slut.
That's not a slut. He killed Hugo. Hugo's not a slut. Well, he could have been a slut, but he was a dude. So
So he wasn't considered a slut
Yeah,
those times.
yeah. It was. I don't know. I just felt because the last one a DC animated film I saw was Justice League Dark. and I really like that one. And then you go from Justice League Dark to this, and I know I missed a couple in between, and it's just like, no, I know you guys can do better. Like you guys get me enjoyable. You keep me locked in with the action. So I'm watching this one. I'm just like, I'm just not feeling it. It is. I'm here. I'm watching it, and then it's done. We're out.
I think the only way I would have given it 5 out of 5 is if the Ferris wheel would have landed on them.
That would be kind of funny, actually.
That
Speaking of Ferris wheel, that's something else that I don't like about this film, or 2D animation in general. I don't like it when they put 3D assets inside of it because it looks weird. It looks fake and plasticky. Like there are buildings, the Ferris wheel, the blimp. It looks fake, and they put it within the animation, so they're interacting with this thing, and it doesn't fit like the mat of it, and it just feels off. And I always hate that, especially in anime where you have these 2D people and you have this giant C3D model robot, and it's like this thing doesn't look like it's in the same fucking universe. Like, why do you have that?
I didn't catch that at all.
Hey man, the blinking. I counted blinks. I'm already losing my shit. I'm paying attention to things.
I saw it with the blimp. I did not see it with the Ferris wheel.
I just love how the Ferris wheel was the response for the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. That was nice.
I told you that Ferris wheel was the good thing about that.
How far up did it launch them in at 15 miles an hour? Because didn't he say like 200 and something?
Yeah, 200 something. He's like, are we gonna die if we get on it? It's like, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. It's all right.
But that's funny. Can take up to 30 miles per hour.
That's funny because that's true.
35.
People thought that, like, when cars came out, like, some people were like, you can't move that fast. You're going to move that fast, your head's going to explode, some shit like that. That was, like, a legit thing people said to other people to say, no, keep using my fucking horses. Use my horses.
No, and then after that, even though men could drive cars, they said women couldn't go up that fast because, like, our uteruses would fall out of our bodies.
Oh, that's not good. You don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
You can't have women in the army because bears will smell their period blood.
Dude, I heard that's true, man. Because they all sync up all at the same time.
And then the bears go
bears can smell the menstruation.
It's like, I'm going to kill me some bitches.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. They are unbearable.
Yes. Yeah, stupid blue shirt. That's all I got.
I feel like I just shouldn't talk anymore. Maybe the puns will stop. Maybe.
Won't stop. Can't stop. Puns for days.
All right. Anything else we want to say about this?
I liked Selena's reaction to, like, taking off Bruce's shirt. And he looked like he was about to get raped. Like, oh, I'm naked now. And it was just her looking at the bat symbol on his chest. And it was just like, oh, okay then. You need to take that off because we don't want them to stop us.
That brings up a good point, actually.
Yeah.
How did she know where he was going to be when she stopped the cart for him?
Plot convenience.
I hate that lazy crap, man.
Yes, we all do.
See, because I figured whenever she showed up, I figured that she knew that he was Batman. And there shouldn't have been any reason for her to be surprised about the Batsuit. Maybe she was just surprised because it didn't have any nipples.
You and your nipples, man.
You gotta love them. Flick them. Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, that's you, bro. That's all you. Yeah, that's all you. Anything else you want to say about this film?
Yeah,
you good?
I'm good.
You good? Are you good? You good, Zim?
I'm good.
Bart, you good?
I'm good.
Faye?
I'm good.
All right, let's close this out then.
I was gonna say maybe we should
okay.
For our listeners, maybe if they can start sending in requests for us to watch stuff or what we should be.
I guess
I'm not asking people to comment or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not saying fuck off.
Like if you have any idea of maybe something else we should be watching or something else you'd like us to review, let us know.
I don't even call this a review. Just like a bunch of people bitching about shit.
That's true.
But if that's what you like, then yeah, whatever. Send some stuff in, and we'll see. We'll maybe take some time to look at it.
Right now, y'all won't have anything
hopefully
to
it's good.
send
I don't
in,
want.
But I should be setting up the Twitter and the Facebook and all that stuff here pretty soon once we actually start posting, and then you can let us know there.
So yeah, this is 3WTA, whatever we want to talk about. Sign out.
We out this joint.
I'm Bard. Do unto others before they do unto you.
This is Mallow. I'm just gonna press the stop button. So good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.